Hey chickies, okay, today we're doing a Purple Rain mani for Prince. Like, I don't know about you, but I was completely shocked and I thought it was a joke when I found out that Prince was dead. It still for some reason doesn't seem like it's real to me. Um, I love his music. And not only was he an amazing musician and singer and performer, but he was also a songwriter. Did you know that he wrote the song by Sinead O'Connor, the Nothing Compares to You? I did not know that. But I think you'll be surprised at how many of your most favourite artists are also songwriters and that they contribute to other artists. Like, he's written for Alicia Keys, Madonna, Cyndi Lauper, so many. You should look that up. Anyway, I really hope you like this one. Let's get into it. So we're starting off with a black base. I'm using OPI's Black Onyx, and then I'm going to be also using some Simply Peel by Bliss Kiss because we're going to be doing a gradient using some fabulously beautiful purple colors. For the gradient, I'm using firstly the Black Onyx, and then I Love Nail Polish, Poetry, and then China Glaze's Let's Jam, which is the lighter lavender color. You'll see that in a moment. To create the gradient, I'll be using a latex free sponge which I get on eBay. Links will be in the description box down below as per usual. For the gradient, we're starting with the black on the sponge, and then I'm putting I Love Nail Polish's Poetry, which is a sparkly purpley hollow. It's sort of a hollow. It's definitely a hollow. And then in the middle between those two is going to be China Glaze's Let's Jam, which is that lighter lavender colour. So with every gradient, you'll repeat those steps until you get to the strength of colour that you're after. Once you've done with that, you can go ahead and remove whatever it is that you're using to protect the skin around your nails. Of course, I am using Simply Peel by Bliss Kiss. So we're going to do a small amount of cleanup using my non-acetone remover and my Royal Majestic brush. Now you can leave it at that. That is a beautiful purple to black gradient. It's really pretty, but if you want to do what I did, then you want to come in with a slightly darker, well, darkish to lightish purple. Now I'm using China Glaze's Let's Jam here, and also OPI's Do You Have That Color in Stockholm. Now what I'm trying to do, like the inspiration for this mani itself comes from a picture I found on Google, and it was like a really dark purple scenery where the water was underneath and then the sky above. So as you can see, I'm using that darker purple here in around the black to sort of basically it's trying to show a little bit of light in the black, so that's why you're not using the really light purple, but you're using a slightly darker purple. And then I'm coming back in with a bit of black as well, because I think I went a little bit overboard with the purple. But as you can see, half my nail is the sky and the other half is the water, and so I hope that makes sense. As you can see about a bunch of times here, the lighter purple line in the middle just gives you a more defined difference between the water and the sky. That's the point of that. Now I'm going to be making that a little bit more muted later on because it was too bright at this point. So a lot of this is just a work in progress, obviously. And I'm coming in with that sort of medium purple. Sorry, I just got a message on my phone. It got distracted. That medium purple up near that lighter purple line. I hope that makes sense. Gosh, I hate it when I have to explain it really in detail because it doesn't make any sense when it comes out of my mouth. Now the next step is to create the purple rain, and to do that we're using the China Glazes Let's Jam and a little bit of OPI's Alpine Snow, and mixing them together to make a much lighter purple. Now when I initially did this I thought it looked okay, and then I kept looking at it and I didn't like it, so I do come back in with a darker purple over the top of it slightly later on, just in case you're worried that it looks kind of naff right now. And besides the fact that I absolutely knew for a fact that if I left them as light as they are in this shot, then people would say that they were sperm. I'm not joking, people would absolutely do that. So I wanted to stop that from happening, especially on this post, because it is a little bit more serious than a lot of my other manis, because it's a tribute mani rather than, you know, something to be balked at and laughed at. So I really didn't want that to happen. I know it seems silly, but people say the most ridiculous things online because they think there are absolutely no consequences to their actions. It's stupid. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to fix that. So I also forgot to mention I added a little bit of OPI's nail thinner to that purple because I wanted it to be a little bit lighter. Now I also, in an attempt to make those raindrops look a little less spermy, did come in with maybe the tiniest amount of nail polish remover on my brush just to try and mute them a little bit. But you know, as that wasn't working, I then later on came in with a little bit of the I Love Nail Polish brand's Poetry, that dark, beautiful hollow purple. So in an effort to create a little bit more of a muted effect on the line between the sky and the water, I came back in with the lighter purple, which is China Glazes Let's Jam, and some more OPI's Alpine Snow, and a little bit of China Glazes, OPI's nail thinner, and just to really thin it out. It's basically the same as thinning out acrylic paint with water. When you do that, you're able to manipulate it a little bit more and get it to do what you want it to do. And then I came back in with a little bit of black. Also, I'm adding OPI's nail thinner to that, and on the image that I found on Google, it had these sort of almost like palm fronds coming from either side of the picture. I don't think I was very successful in this, and I completely can't see it in the end result. So I would just go ahead and skip this bit, but I wanted to show it to you as a whole, and so I'm showing this bit to you as well. So this is the part where I mentioned before that I was going to add a little bit of the darker purple to the little raindrops to make sure that people didn't call them sperm. They would, I guarantee they would. But I also added a little bit more of that color to the line between the water and the sky. I was just trying to fix it because I kept looking at it and thinking this is terrible. I can't put this up. People won't want to see this. It's just awful. But yeah, I don't know. I kept second guessing myself. So we're moving on to the stamping. I'm doing Princess Symbol, and I got that from a plate from Fab Ur Nails. It's Fun Plate 4, which unfortunately is no longer available. So if you want a lot of her earlier plates are unavailable. If you want some of those plates to be available, I would suggest you all go over to her Instagram account right now and message her and ask her to please bring them all back. Yeah, I don't know why she's discontinued a lot of them, or they're not available for sale on her site. That's just silly. Now, initially I'm using white stamping polish to stamp over the black, but then we're going to come back in with some purple stamping polish and we're going to do a double stamp. Ooh, so scary. But in the end, this one worked out really well. I was probably one of my most successful double stamping I have ever done. Even though you can see a little bit of the white outline, I think actually that adds to the design. So I really, really liked it in the end. I was very, very happy. Once everything is dry, you want to seal it all in with a good quality top coat. And of course, mine is always Seche Vite, as per usual. And that's it for this one. I really hope you like it. I hope you think it was a fitting tribute to this amazing artist. Rest in peace, Prince. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, chickies.